It's another LUKE-N-SHAE'S Plays podcast production. And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, and be sure to turn on your notifications to let you know when we're dropping another hot banger LUKE-N-SHAE'S Plays podcast. Do us a favor. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, comment. Be sure to turn on the notifications.
Hello and welcome back to LUKE-N-SHAE'S Plays. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that like button. Put us in the algorithm. Hope you're wearing your smile. And we have a banger video planned for you guys. But don't forget to comment, put a heart in the comment section, and give us some feedback. We'll reply. Go ahead and share the video. That helps us grow our platform as well. And subscribe. It's 100% free. Click that notification bell so that you get notified when Luke and I will be posting. Good morning, Luke. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm actually blessed. Feeling good.
That's great. That's
doing
great.
my thing with an 89 swing.
I hear that. I hear that. That's great. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear.
I don't know if it was worthy of an applause, but we'll take it anyway. Let's see. We got a hot banger video coming from the Pink Book Lessons. That's my girl down there. She doing her thing. Love her. Like I said, I love her videos. Love her content she putting out here. She doing some interesting stuff. And this one right here, like I said, it's before the time with a lot of things. But I like I said, she stay on point. Big fan of hers. Definitely a subscriber. Check her channel out. See what she's doing over there. She's doing some amazing things over there. Like I said. And this is a video about the young lady, Miss Shirley. Everybody's talking about Miss Shirley for whatever reason. Now it's okay, we're going to attack Miss Shirley mama. You're going to get Miss Shirley's mama now because Miss Shirley mama got to be held accountable for some of this stuff they putting out here today. So we're going to jump into this video. But like I said, before we jump in, make sure you like, subscribe, and do the things that we need for you to do to get our podcast out there. We know you enjoy that in content, so by all means, share it, and definitely like. We need more likes more. And put that little heart emoji down there in that the comment section for us. All the stuff will be found in the description below. So this video in its entirety will be down there as well. So let's jump into this hot video and see what's going on in this thing. We got to see what's going on in this thing right here.
Easy Nazareth, hey, and Miss Shirley, hey, Easy Nazareth, oh, and Miss Shirley, whoa, 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 Easy and Miss Shirley, hey, whoa, whoa, Easy and Miss Shirley, where we at? And I have feelings.
So little Miss Shirley mama said, baby, I ain't never working again, okay? Little Miss Shirley mama then started her OnlyFans. That little girl mama said, baby, I ain't clocking in nobody job again. I'm making my money off my baby. My baby gonna get paid and we're gonna make this money and we're gonna live life, okay? So the little 3 or 4-year-old toddler that's been all around social media, stomping her boots on the ground. A lot of people are not agreeing with it. A lot of people are like, her mom is doing too much. She needs to be a child. Her mom is not growing up the correct way. Y'all, I'm just letting you know, it really doesn't matter what you say or how you try to portray the mother or the little girl. The mama gonna continue to do what she wants to do. And the mama gonna continue to let her stomp her boots. And Miss Shirley also said she don't care what y'all say. She gonna continue to stomp her boots on the ground too. So it's kind of funny, but Y'all gotta let these parents live the life they want to live with their kids, because baby, they don't care what y'all say. And in the moment and seeing how much money she making and got coming in off of this baby, this woman's not stopping that, okay? No. So they got OnlyFans. Y'all go subscribe to their OnlyFans and help her get paid more, okay?
I don't know. A lot of people are way too complicit about this too. They're like, whatever, let them do whatever they want.
Whatever, I do what I want.
But as soon as it's a court case and a new person they want to call a monster and PDF file, they want us to care about it and raise sand so they can get a settlement check. When here is a prime example of how all this goes down. These people are sold to the highest bidder, and it's usually their main handler presiding over the auction, their mama. That's from Shirley Temple to Justin Bieber. So there's a bunch of people accusing the mother of the boots on the ground baby of setting up an OnlyFans page. This is all over social media. It says the internet sensation known as Miss Shirley now has an OnlyFans account. Fans are perplexed after learning the 4-year-old wears pull-ups and is not fully potty trained as well. The question arises about her mother's actual order of priorities. Learning a line dance to put her boots on the ground, but not her little tush on a potty seems backwards.
Wow, that I'm gonna let that stay up there so that you can read it. YouTube, check this out. The young lady, they say, can't even. Well, how you feel about that, Shay? Oh, Shay is speechless. She ain't saying nothing. You speechless over there? You can't talk. The cat got your tongue?
Yeah, they're saying she still wears pull-ups. I don't know if she's 3 or 4. 3-year-old, that's not odd going to bed with the pull-up on, because sometimes 3-year-olds still have accidents. But if it's during the day, that's different. I mean, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I would definitely be focusing on that.
I think the direction is the
ASAP.
fact that the young lady is doing all these grown things and can't use the bathroom. So if you're going to be doing all this stuff right here, then you should at least be able to use the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't know how people are just doing too much. I don't know how they know all that ins and out. I'm not even going to get into that. But no, at 3 years old, that's not odd. Everybody at 3 years old, that's when you use the pull up. That's the pull up is just in case you have an accident, you know. But that doesn't mean she's using a pull up. That just means if something were to happen, especially when they're sleeping at that age. I wouldn't say during the day, but I mean, if that is the case, then I would, as a mother, I would have been focusing on the potty training. And
that's the issue. The issue is saying before we even did all of this stuff, we should have made sure the young lady could do this. She's doing a lot here, and now you're making money off her. She done did she done did that video. What is it, 803 fresh. So, like I said, you're doing all of this before you ever got potty trained. Right.
And not only that, I seen some comments, people that were commenting, I think it was on TikTok or something, but they were saying, you know, somebody made a whole video where they were like, you know, she should have been doing her ABCs. They were like, A, B, this is what she should be doing. I don't know if she knows her ABCs, but
they asked her, did she know that? They asked her, say, A, B, C, D, what comes next? 1, 2, 3, 4, what comes next? If you can't answer that, you shouldn't be doing it. And that's what they were doing. But that's what everybody's saying. She shouldn't be doing this if she can't properly use the bathroom, is what the issue they're trying to put out there. But that's interesting. So, like I said, let's listen more to this whole thing, because I know they upset.
And yes, if she can do all this dancing and popping her pull-up, clocking T, and all this other crazy stuff I've heard and seen her doing, she should be able to go use a toilet by now. That's just crazy. Now, some believe it's just a fan page, and the others said she was going to be teaching kids dances on her page. I don't know what the deal is. I just know we can all see what the mama is doing, and it ain't sitting right with me.
Your toddler is on OnlyFans, but you're calling us haters? When I first saw Miss Shirley's video, the little toddler doing the boots on the ground dance with a little fan and popping her hip, I thought it was a harmless little cute video. She sees everyone else doing the line dance. She's of course going to copy it, because that's what kids do. No harm in it. Then the mother started doing bookings. People questioned that at first, but I saw JoJo Siwa. He made millions of dollars for doing bookings for kids' parties and kid events. So I'm like, okay, well, there's no hurt in that. No, her bookings are at nightclubs and bars. Even when she met the singer of the Boots on the Ground song, they met at a club. I don't know him from a can of paint, but I would never let a random grown man I've never met a day in my life pick up my toddler daughter. Then there's the meet and greets, y'all. Every single one of her meet and greets are just random strangers picking up that little girl and taking pictures. Mind you, there's not another child in sight. But to then go onto OnlyFans, now we know you can have an account without doing risque things. The thing about it is people can pay you to request certain videos. That is 1000% what that mother is doing.
Wow. That was, she said a mouthful right there. And that was, like I said, it is deeply said. I mean, because, like I say, we got a process of letting children be grown before they be children. And we got to get back to letting kids be kids. That's what kids are for, to be children. Let them have that fun, innocent time to grow into this. Because when you get grown, it's not chalked up to all what it all should be. But at the same time, you need to let kids be the kid. And I understand that from that level. She should let the young lady be a young lady. But like I said, so much money to gain off of this today. So she's going to definitely monetize this whole thing, because it is. That's what it is today. You got your 15 minutes of fame. Somebody like you don't know when it's going to end, because like I said, it's a dance. How long do you think you're going to have this? So make the most of it that you can, and I understand that part of it, but at the expense of the young lady. All these stars will tell you, the Jacksons even tell you, is at their expense. You're actually ruining their childhood, but who's thinking about it in that level? So, like I said, I'm concerned. I'm more like, where's the daddy? Because I know the father will be upset with this.
Nightclubs, you got to be 21 to get in nightclubs. How they got a 3-year-old, 4-year-old in a nightclub? I'm hearing this lady talk about she has bookings in nightclubs. How you got a toddler? See, that's my thing with that. As a mother, my girls, they were in cheerleading, but anything like that, that takes me to that whole John Bonet thing, how people talked about that little girl. And sometimes just, like you said, Luke, you got to let them kids be kids. You don't want to rush to make these kids grow up, and having random men pick her up, no. Not good. That's not good. You just don't know these days. Not even these days, any days with that. You don't know what somebody's intentions, what their thoughts are. No. Everybody shouldn't be picking up your little girl, but
Well, she's what is she now? She's a little star now. She's a star. Let's get back.
So to call us haters, we're just looking out for your daughter, because that's exactly the type of person you are.
Okay, Miss Shirley, the one that be dancing and stuff with the boots on the ground. At first, I was f***ing with it. I was digging it and shit. I was like, okay, I got my boots on the I was f***ing with it. But now it's kind of like, my first question was like, do her daddy like that? Like, do her daddy approve of that? Because my daddy would have been like, put your motherfucking leg down. So I was just like, where the daddy if the mama the one taking her, and obviously the mama don't care? Where's the daddy? Do the daddy care? If the daddy on the sideline, like, I don't want her doing that, but the mama, like, my daughter's gonna do what
And people keep asking, where's the daddy? I mean, you
I'm
tell me,
saying,
is
where's
this
the
the type
daddy?
of behavior that would normally signal that they came from a household with a daddy living with a mama? Nah, this is a learned behavior from a city girl mama who's got her mini-me in training on city girl training wheels. There's no way her dad is there. 9 times out of 10, the mom is the one with full physical and legal custody. She's the one coaching her, making all the decisions, and collecting all the money. But hey, if any of you know where the daddy is, please tell me so I can report this and y'all can stop asking where the daddy at that's obviously not there. At the end of the day, there's no absent dad that will ever be as influential as a present mom. Let me repeat that. An absent dad will never be as influential as a present mom. She's not learning all this from somebody that's not there. She's learning this behavior from the one that's there, teaching it to her.
Again, that is so, like I said, that we have taken the daddy so much out of it, like the dad is not important, and raising of in the village. That's the most important cog in the village, the father. Because yeah, this would be frowned upon. But like I said, I don't know where he's at. But I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that with no pun intended. Like he might be gone, but I'm just saying it from the aspect. It is money in this, but at the same time, I will be concerned at how people view my daughter. That like the young lady said, you better put your little leg down. What's wrong with you? It'd have been, oh hell no. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
and just especially me growing up, aunties and they would have been like, "Oh, sit your little fresh self down." When you start doing a little too much with the hips, we knew better. And listen, I've seen it. Family members and you see the little girls with the lipstick on. That was never something that my daughters I let my girls do. We played dress up and things like that, but as far as the makeup, never got into that whole thing. Because I seen what it does to little girls. Those little girls, and I'm not saying it happens to all of them, but sometimes I seen them grow up and they end up being like the chicks that you guys be talking about out here. And
yeah, you want to call the girl that a 3 or 4, but they definitely would put her on that position of being on the way. But
well, that's what I'm saying. When you're starting them off like that, and then it's I don't know. She's a cute little girl. Let her be just that. She's a cutie pie. Don't rush her. But like you said, it's this 10 minutes of fame, and one day this dance is going to be obsolete. There's going to be a new dance, right? So, But the OnlyFans thing, when I hear OnlyFans, I don't hear anything good about OnlyFans. As soon as I hear somebody with OnlyFans, my mind goes right to something negative about OnlyFans. I know people have businesses and stuff on there, but OnlyFans, only thing I think about is OnlyFans is, not good. So
that's crazy. Let's check it.
Her city girl coach, her mama.
I wanted to know about that. Then I was like, okay, now this I know this little girl want to be around some kids. It's getting she around parents and older people a lot doing that damn dance. Then she learning different ones that's like with her grinding it. That's a little too much. Like, that's what I mean by y'all be like, you're the parent. I understand she want to do the dances, but it's for you to say, okay, baby, that's enough now. Stop doing all of that. That is a little too grown for you. Holding the leg extra high, talking about bow, bow, bow. Then she talking about, like, come on. Hold the, okay.
The day after you
what you say, LeBron?
Her mama. Yeah, the same one right here that coached her how to use the B word.
What you say? Huh? Say what? What you say? Huh?
And that's why you need to reconsider who actually is the
Who you
one
talking
with
to?
these kids.
No, that's not cute at all.
The same mama who said she went to school cursing with her niece and started clapping back at everybody who thought this was out of order, talking about how she was going to cuss them out. Look at this. You can read it for yourself.
Can you read that? It says, so I get out. I can't read the top of it.
This is the mindset of the woman teaching her all this. She tried to make it seem like TikTok taught her daughter everything, but no, she's the one letting a baby in pull-ups access TikTok. So this is all on you. You taught her it was okay to do this. Remember, her mama go around licking her tongue out too.
And y'all have to come to an understanding that the little girl that is popping her hips with the Where Them Fans At song is really something. For one, the song itself is already annoying and overplayed. But this little girl is literally getting on stage dancing for adults. Like, y'all don't see what's wrong with that. Like, I even seen the little girl sticking out her tongue and everything. Like, she is a little girl. Let her be a child. Like, what happened to dance recitals and baby gymnastics and toddlers dancing? Like, I just don't get it.
Yep.
Don't.
No, she didn't say what happened to the dance recitals and the little innocent kid things that they used to do.
Yes, put her in cheer. I'll teach her cheer. Listen, I was I'll put her in cheer. Stuff like that, but the tongue out. That's why I said we live in times.
Wow.
People are just, you
You
got this girl's tongue out. You, like I said, you got her around these adults and not good at all. But
where your fan at? Where your
and
fan
then you got her cursing though. You got her saying the B word.
Yeah.
I don't find that to be fun at all. It's nothing cute about a child doing that, and the parents that be teaching their kids that, shame on you with that.
No, I think, like I said, when they first do it, okay, it's a laugh that thing. But when it become repetitive, and now you are calling the shots on it.
But they said she taught her that word. It's not that she heard somebody say it and she said it. I'm saying it's ratchet for you to teach your child that word. If you slipped up and the child says it, then okay, I can understand. Okay, no, you don't. I remember with my twins being 2, and my ex at the time was watching a movie, and the guy was telling the guy off when he was like, F you, man. And so, I'm doing the dishes and everything, and then I hear one of the twins in his playpen talking about, F you, man. I was like, oh no. And I had to hurry up and put like SpongeBob on or something so he could forget the word. Like
That's a good word, but no, like I said, you gotta get your fan out. You ain't bow bow. You gotta do the bow bow. Bow bow. Where your fan at, yo? You gotta get your fan out.
Don't get me wrong. I do think Miss Shirley is cute or whatever, but it's the audience that they're letting her dance for. Like, take her to the playground or something. I don't even think I've even seen this little girl with kids, her age at least. Like, the little girl is literally going to need a hip replacement by 1st grade. And stop telling people that just because they think that little girl is being sexualized, that it's because of their past trauma. No, that little girl and what she's doing is not right. If you can't see that, something wrong with you.
So my mama came and told me that Miss Shirley was on Jennifer Hudson's show, and she cut it off very quickly. But y'all that are coming to now try and justify why y'all call her Miss Shirley, no, it's still not cute.
Miss Shirley, how did you get that name?
She don't even know how she got her name.
I just call me that name.
Oh, you called you that name. So nobody gave it to you? No. Mom, where she get the name from? When she was a baby, like, we was getting ready to get in the car one day, and she gave me attitude. She was crying. I was like, now we're not gonna act like this today.
So because she gave her mama attitude, she called her Miss Shirley and just kept sticking with it. That baby would have never known her name was Miss Shirley until she started becoming a stage prop for adult entertainment.
The controversy about Miss Shirley is valid. Calling her Miss Shirley is crazy to me. Even if her name is Shirley, call her Little Shirley or something.
And just for the people not aware, her real name isn't Shirley. According to her mama, it's a nickname she gave her as a baby because she was being sassy.
Then the mama or whoever be behind the camera telling her, coaching her. I seen a video on Facebook where she was like, I'm going to keep on stepping, baby. I'm going to keep on stepping. Why is you telling that baby to say something like that? Because for sure, her little however old she is, 3-year-old brain did not come up with it. There's no way. No matter how y'all try to spin it, turn it, flip it, that is a child, a little child. She's a little baby.
Yeah,
she ain't even like 10. The girl like 3, 4. I don't know. I think probably 3.
Yeah, she's 4.
That's crazy.
So guys, I'm back and I'm with my girl, Miss Shirley. Don't play, Miss Boots on the Ground, Miss Viral, little 4-year-old, right?
Yeah.
So I asked her some questions. Now she want to ask me some questions. So go ahead.
I just wanted to see how you was doing, right?
Right.
And I'm just coming to check on you.
I appreciate you checking on me because I was like, Miss Shirley ain't gonna come check on me, and my birthday was yesterday.
I'm sorry.
I forgot.
Yeah, I said I know she ain't forgot, but you ain't forget, girl.
Jayla, what do you think about Miss Shirley?
Well, look how that little lady was sitting. Let's bring that back just a little bit.
Yeah, I was stuck on that. I'm like, everything is giving off grown. Where's her little friends at? Where's her play dates with her friends? And like the other girl said, why don't you want to go to the park? Where's her doll babies at?
Yeah, take her to the
You know,
playground.
give that
to the
little girl
playground.
some doll babies to play with. You know,
She was sitting like a grown lady off in that. See that? I mean, it like I said, it is a bit too much. Yeah,
I just
like,
wanted to
I don't know. I guess it's an aunt,
see
whoever.
how you was doing, right?
Right.
And I'm just coming to check on you.
I appreciate you checking on me because I was like, Miss Shirley ain't gonna come check on me, and my birthday was yesterday.
I forgot.
Yeah, I said I know she ain't forgot, but you ain't forget, girl.
Jayla, what do you think about Miss Shirley? Okay. Miss Shirley is the little girl that do the line dancing. Okay. This is what I think.
Miss
It's
Shirley
time
needs
for
a grad,
Miss Shirley, a
grad
little
coloring
Shirley,
book
cute Shirley,
competition.
to go and have a seat and sit down. It's time for her to get a coloring book, okay, and some crayons. All right. It's time for her to watch Mickey Mouse and get away from these grown people. We as people, us, we think it's cute, and we know
Yeah, in the beginning,
we're looking at it with innocent eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody don't have innocent eyes.
Exactly.
And y'all know what I'm talking about.
Amen.
I'm not going to go so deep in it, but this is not the world that we want it to be. So you have to think all the way around the board about other people that's watching her too closely. Okay? I also feel that mama could still let Shirley do her thing, do content with them. Look for Gap to sign her. Look for, children like, brands and TV shows and things like that. At this point, I think it needs to stop. I understand money, she probably making her money. People are probably booking her and all the above. But at some point, some things be a little too much for children.
Wow. What do you think on that one, on that level, sir? Is the money worth it? Because that's what you're doing. And that's what it's going to come down to.
no,
The behavior is
the
going
root
to
of all
continue.
evil. Money's not worth it to put your child out there like that. No. And it's almost like maybe the mom's projecting there's something, I've seen this over the years, and I know I brought up John Bonet, but there was a show that used to come on TV about moms who were putting their daughters in pageants. Now, not saying nothing about this young lady's mom, I'm not saying nothing about this little girl's mom, but a lot of those mothers who do that, when you look at that mother and not so, but they have their little daughter and they're projecting what they wish they had on their kid, kind of thing. You're doing them up too much with the makeup, and you're making these kids grown. And these ladies were fighting at the pageants. It was like a whole big thing with my daughter, and then the husbands, because some of those fathers were like, my wife spent thousands of dollars on my daughter every month for these pageants. Some people go overboard with that, and I'm like, keep these kids young. Take her to the park, let her have play dates with friends. But, at the end of the day, that's her child, But no, money you don't sell your soul for money. You don't put your child out there. And like she said, this woman just said, you don't know what eyes is really watching your child. You have to also think of that as well.
No, I was looking at it from the aspect, because see, what you're doing is impacting this child life down the line. Is the money worth what is going to happen down the line? Because she's going to have a grown child in a couple of months that's going to be like maybe 13 or 14, where she's going to be acting more like a grown woman, because she done took on that responsibility of a grown woman from the age of 3 or 4. She's 4 right now. So now what's going to happen when she's 16 or 17? Because it's going to come back. It has to come back. It's going to bite you, because you already put this child in the ground. And I hope this young lady is grounded. I hope she do got a strong father figure in her life to get her back on track, because it's going to take that to get her back on track, because she's been given all of these negative things to grow into, which you know, as a 16-year-old, you don't want to see it. It's cute when you're 4 or 5 to do it, but when you get 16 or 17 and you start saying these type of things, and like I say, you have a lack of respect for your parent, because all throughout this period of time, you've been teaching this young lady to be grown, like the little lady was in the car cussing. So the ramifications of this right here is going to become a part of who she is as she get older. It's okay, well, I'm cussing at 4 now. Okay, at 16 or 17, you're going to.
What happens when she's cussing at mommy at that age, and actually cussing mommy out at that age, because it was allowed when she was younger. And like I said, I've seen close family members do this with their child with lipstick, you know, and you're going to family functions and you're like, why is that little girl wearing that bright red lipstick? And nothing good came out of that. When I think of the few in the family, and their kids being grown now, nothing good came out of that. You made them grow up too soon. Because if I'm wearing that at 4, I need something else. And when I'm 16, I need to be, lipstick ain't doing it. I need other things now. I need, you know,
Yeah, like I said, she's creating a monster that's going to get her in the end if she don't have a strong foundation of strong men in her life at some point in the near future.
And like this lady said, there's other content you can do. I see TikTokers all the time do stuff with kids. There's other things you can do on TikTok that's more her age group, you know.
Those things
I would be amazed to see her reading something or doing something on a chalkboard. Like, wow, this little girl's smart. I would be amazed to see that than this, honestly.
Get her the money. So that's what I'm saying. This is a 15-minute of fame type deal. So like I said, she did the dance, she learned the dance, and now she was doing the dance. And then she got in the video, the 803 Fresh video. So all of that, you know, transferred into money. So yeah, you could do all those things on TikTok, but you ain't gonna make the type of money she's making right now. Like I said, she's really monetizing the 15 minutes of fame right here the young lady has. And I'm saying that was the question. Is it worth it to put the child out there? Because in the end, this child it's going to affect her if she don't have strong parents.
Yeah, it's not worth it. No, it's not worth it.
Think about the children that growed up on Nickelodeon and things like that, and how their child life had just been ripped from them, and they wasn't able to enjoy it. And they telling their stories now, how much they was overworked and underpaid and whatever the case may be. I feel like mommy can turn this around. Mommy could turn this into something good before it turns into something bad.
I personally think the only people that don't think Miss Shirley dancing like that isn't weird are weirdos. Doing a line dance here and there, yeah, that's cool. But there's things the kid is doing that you shouldn't be doing as a toddler. And I'm speaking from a parent's perspective. I wouldn't let my daughter do it. And I know her parents are making money off of this because obviously they're booking her for events. But why are you booking your child
that's what it looks like.
for like adult events? You don't think that's kind of weird? Like, ain't nothing but other adults there. And
I know.
They're watching your kid dance, or they want to dance with your kid. Then there's this video of this like random man. I thought it was her father, but it isn't. It's like a random man she ran up to and they hugged. And I'm like, is this like somebody she knows personally? I just pray like her parents are actually putting her first and aren't just making her do this.
Yeah, like I said. Did you want to add to that?
No, I'm agreeing with what she's saying. It's a cute to learn a line dance, but the stuff she's doing is what the problem is. The leg up and the tongue out, and it's too grown.
I don't know. Look at the lady in that position. Right?
Everybody's scared to say it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Nah, I was messing with the couple of steps Miss Shirley was doing at first. Nah, her mama got her dancing and grinding and whining while she doing these steps. They put extra steps in these dances and making this little girl do these dances. And she up dancing with grown people. Where are the kids?
Why does Miss Shirley have an OnlyFans? And I honestly hate saying Miss Shirley because it's a toddler. Like, why are you calling her Miss Anything? But why is that child on OnlyFans? And it's already bad enough that her parents were booking her at clubs. Like, you have grown-ass men and women paying to see your toddler daughter dance. Like, that's not weird to you? And at clubs, there's alcohol, so you think surrounding your daughter with drunk men and women is okay? And I don't want to say that somebody should call CPS because I know people have done a lot worse to their kids, but it gets to a point, and OnlyFans was that point.
I don't find anything cute about the surroundings that little Shirley, because I'm not going to say Miss Shirley, little Shirley's mother be having her in, okay? That popping in the hip and all of that, it was cute at first, but now at this point, her being exploited and her being mainly around adults, and not even that, around grown-ass men, scares me. Scares me. The fact that half the world is justifying about a 4-year-old popping her hip around grown people, especially men, is kind of scary to me. And then people say, "Nah, y'all looking at it too much. Y'all said it too much." But did y'all see Shirley in that red dress the other day?
I heard about
Did you see her mother post on social media that little 4-year-old in a red dress listening to
Johnny Gill?
Put on your high heels,
Yep,
a 4-year-old
my.
girl. But we tripping.
What?
Baby Shirley is supposed to be doing what 4-year-olds are supposed to do.
Yep.
Playing with toys, busy running around other kids. But no, y'all advertising a 4-year-old girl like she's a prop. And now she got flyers. She's doing pop-ups and all type of stuff to terrorize grown-ass people. There's no kids around.
Yep, she did.
My. We all know what she was putting on that red dress and slipping on the high heels for.
Red dress.
We knew what that was going to amount to at the end of all that. I didn't even know that was a thing. See, when I first saw the little girl on TikTok, because we do our content on there, just scrolling through, I saw the first time and the only time I seen her, I thought it was cute. She was in front of a little dollhouse or something in the yard, and she was dancing to the the boots on the ground. She was and I was like, oh, look at this little girl. I might have clicked on it, liked it, and then kept it moving. But then this, I didn't know that this turned into but you talking about a red dress? I didn't know about that.
No, he doing it. He going to put on your red dress, and she putting the red dress on. Slip on your high heel. She put the high heels on. You gotta watch it. It's wild. It's wild. They doing.
That's the problem. You don't want to protect your child. What is the issue?
That was
Some of y'all are going to hate me when I say this, but I don't like Little Miss Boots on the Ground, who y'all call Miss Shirley, going on world tour for adults.
I'm gonna keep on stepping, baby. I'm gonna keep on stepping.
There's no reason why this little girl should be moving like she's 34 and she's 4 years old. I don't care how much they paint the picture of this little girl loving to dance. At this point, the parents are exploiting her, and I don't like how people are not seeing that. And I definitely feel like they are taking away this little girl's innocence every trail ride and every performance and tour that they give her. The public is literally telling the parents to protect this little girl, and the fact that they are correlating that to being haters is literally insane to me. Instead of teaching your 4-year-olds about haters and telling us to go away, I think you should now teach her about the no-no square. She needs to learn, please don't touch me there. This right here is my no-no square. She needs to learn that. She needs to get ready to identify the no-no spots, because if you're going to have her parading around, she should be able, if God forbid something happened, to communicate something is happening.
So my part with this whole Miss Shirley thing is, okay, so.
I don't know, that lady went a little crazy with that. I understand the protection. But I mean, wow. I mean, I hope she ain't leaving the little girl with strange people. And, she got to be somewhere in the vicinity. I ain't going to be leaving my child, she only 4, with anybody grown that I don't know.
And not only that, I know we keep saying men out here, but these women ain't shit today either. There's some women out here you got to watch out for too. I wouldn't be just having my kid around all these strangers, because at the end of the day, a stranger doesn't have a certain gender. Okay, a stranger is a stranger. Something can be done to you by anybody. You just don't know. That girl needs to be. I mean, there's so many other things she could be doing. I know there's these little kids on TikTok that I love. They go on tour, but they go singing gospel. I think they're called the the Brown children or what, they go singing gospel at different churches, and I think they went to American Idol or something like that, or whatever, one of those music shows. And I love seeing them because they singing gospel. It's 4 siblings. I love it. But this right here, no, this is another level of no.
Yeah, that is crazy.
In the beginning, yes, it was all cute and fun because she was doing the little line dance and all that, and you know she was doing it regular. Now, fast forward to what we seeing right now. Miss Shirley ain't perfected no part of that dance besides her spreading one leg to the east and one leg to the west and grinding with a tongue all out.
You and I were both lied to since childhood. We were told since we were her age that we had to.
And this and that. If you look at the videos, you can see that when it's actual 2-stepping time, and you know, the little crossover part, the little rock part and all that, she lost in a little bit of that part. She lost in a little bit of that part. She looking around and all that. That little girl is waiting to pop her butt, her fan, her legs, her tongue, her neck, her eyes. Like, and then y'all then took it up a notch and got her doing the grind and what? Rod what? That lit tricycle outside? That bike? That scooter? Because that's the only thing she should be talking about riding. Why is it even a video of her doing that one? Like, come on now. It's like, was you cool? Talking to her mama.
Little girls play dress up, right? I get that. The thing that bothers me though is like she's not in a Disney dress, not in kids appropriate attire, right? Along with the fact it's always the mouth, the way she talk, the sticking out the tongue, the hand gestures, the rolling of the hip. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I feel like her mother doesn't see any solutions, so she's the problem. Like, I seen another video with her saying, like, to my hating. You get what I'm saying? Like, and yes, I don't blame the child for nothing because I feel like she's a child. Kids don't know. Kids are taught. You understand what I'm saying? So for sure, the mother is the issue, or the parents. I don't even know where the father is at this time. She can't possibly have a father in her life, or a grown male adult that cares, because any man that I know is not allowing their daughter, their nieces, their nephew to play or to be held by grown men. It's concerning.
So the boots on the ground, baby. I think y'all call her Miss Shirley. Yeah.
Do you want to add to that? Because that she said a mouthful right there. I'm surprised that so many women are actually coming up and saying what they're saying behind it. I'm really.
Why are you surprised? That shouldn't be a surprise, because look at the generation of people, and you have different ones. But look, that obviously you have women that are saying this. They were raised a certain way. Their parents wasn't allowed, and they're all saying the same thing. There's no man that's going. That means they had a strong male influence. They know what it is. Somebody going to grip you up and tell you to sit down, sit your hind pot down somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. I was surprised because this behavior wasn't always frowned upon. And now to hear, and that's why she think there's haters, because, they're now like, okay, well, you know what? This is inappropriate behavior. And it's like, okay, now you're training this young lady in the vision of a 304. And you don't want to call a young lady a 304 because she's just a little girl. She don't even know what she's doing. So at this point in time, she's just doing what her parents or her mother's telling her to do. But at the same time, I think the kickback to the mother is going to really come off like the people are hating, because she's so used to, women saying, oh, going along with it and just being like, okay, yeah, that's the norm, and girl, make your money type thing. But at the same time, then she's not realizing the damage she actually doing to the young lady moving forward. That's the part that bothers me. And that's what I'm amazed that so many women are coming out saying that, okay, yeah, this right here, because, a man started it off and they kind of like threw him up under the bus. Like he was like like he was an SA victim, they were putting him out there like he was looking at her inappropriate.
because when she started off, she wasn't doing all that. Like she said, the grind it, whatever. She wasn't doing all that. But the more videos that were put out, it got a little bit too grown. So at first, and everybody was saying that at first it was cute when you're in front of the dollhouse doing it, whatever. But then when you start popping your hips too much and you start, I didn't even know about this red dress thing, but you have this, other people are seeing different things, and now it looks a little too much.
No, she making her money. The mom is making her money off of the daughter. This 15 minutes of fame, we're gonna get all we can because it's gonna come to an end. It don't last forever. And she's getting older, so you ain't gonna be 3 or 4 forever, and it ain't gonna be cute forever. So you gotta take
They're never to play or to be held by grown men. It's concerning.
So the boots on the ground, baby. I think y'all call her Miss Shirley. Yeah, I think that's her name, Miss Shirley. The little girl, the little baby that do the boots on the ground dance. First of all, stop calling that baby Miss Shirley, giving that baby that old ass name. And when are y'all gonna let this baby start being a 4-year-old? That's if she 4. I don't even know if she 4.
Yeah, she 4.
But child, this child is tired, okay? She tired. And you could tell the difference between the videos that when she first came out doing the boots on the ground dance versus now. She not even excited to do the dance no more. She just up there just doing it. Don't have no face expression. Before, when she first came out, she had the cutest little face expression, and we all thought it was just so cute. Now, child, we is tired, okay? We tired.
Act now.
Like, wrap it up, mama, okay? Because this baby is tired. She ready to go to daycare, okay? She ready to be a normal child like the rest of the kids. Drop her off at daycare and let her be a normal child.
Yeah, I agree. It's time the mama let that child be a child. Stop booking her for these grown people events, the trail rides, the club, all this stuff she's doing, exposing her, but not in a good way. I have to say it though. I'm happy to see a bunch of Black women calling this out right now. Of course, you still got the evil, devilish Jezebels trying to come for anybody calling this mess out. That evil spirit just got to get stumped out. But it's straight up diabolical to be pushing that Jezebel spirit on somebody still walking around in pull-ups. As you can see now, a lot of people are starting to call out the mama, the fans page or whatever she's got going on. And popping her pull up on the Jennifer Hudson show was way too much. Jennifer Hudson also had a duty to protect that baby on her show. I don't like how that went down on daytime TV at all, but I digress. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Shout out to Anthony. Anthony said, thank you for all the truth in the world. Continue the truth. I appreciate you, Anthony.
Find that right there, but like I said, it was so cute when she put her thumb in her mouth because she was at that moment she became a little girl again.
She was a little girl. Yeah. That's what she is, a little girl, and that showed it right there. She's a little girl, and that's what she needs to remain being. Enjoy that. Don't rush that.
Hey man, there's too much money in it to play with it, yo. There's too much dollars in there. See, that dollar sign is mighty powerful, yo. And she, like I said, it's them 15 minutes of fame. I'm making some money right now. And I'm going to exploit it to the fullest. That's why she did the Ma, because they were like, oh, you know what? We can hit that Ma video. And the little girl, and you know, you got the Johnny Gill, put on your red dress.
I just don't even like that at all. It's a shame. I'm glad I didn't see that. I'm so glad I didn't see that. That's,
you know, she had to put on the sweet perfume. She'll smell good on you.
That's way too much. That's not even a little. That's way too much.
Fine. You ain't gonna do the boots to the ground, didn't you?
That like you didn't hear what the people were saying. It got old. You seen it too much. When you start seeing it dance too much, it starts to get old. I wasn't never interested in learning it or whatever the case might be.
The combination of the two is messing up his money now. Because 803 fresh, see, now he getting, it was positive with the little girl, but now that's what I'm saying. You're getting a whole bunch of negative feedback toward the whole thing now. And like I said, the dance is for grown folks. It was cute that the little lady learned to do the dance, and that was cute. But the dance was for grown folks to begin with. And so now, you know, his minutes of fame, unless he come up with something new, you know, they pretty much stomping him out too, because they're not stomping him out personally, but because they're attacking the little girl who was associated with the dance, it's gonna, it's gonna get kind of this negative light with it as well. And I imagine he's like, I don't know, I don't know if I should have put the little girl in the video, because now, like I said, women thought it was cute in the beginning, and now nobody's coming up saying it's cute no more. And so, yeah, that's negative feedback toward to 80 Fresh's video and the South Carolina crew down there. So, yeah, that's doing some damage too, because you're looking at it negatively now. You're not, and people like, one young lady was like, I don't even like the song, basically. I didn't like it from the beginning. I thought it was, whatever it was, and they planned it too much. But like I say, how do you guys feel about it? You can always hit us down in the comment section. YouTube, show us your love. Show us your love. Come on and show us your love. Hit us down in the comment section. Let us know what you think about little Miss Shirley, if you want to call her that, or the little lady that got the boots to the ground, whatever the baby boots to the ground girl, whatever you choose to call her, you can call her. But at the same time, let us know what you feel and what you think about little Miss Shirley and the boots to the ground thing. And is the mother inappropriate in this? Is the mother to blame for this? Is the mother monetizing her child to make money over, the child's childhood, the child being able to grow up and live a normal life? So many stars talk about not living normal lives in the midst. And I don't think it's that big, but at the same time, when I mean not that big, it's not that big in the sense that she's not the Gary Coleman, she's not the Jackson 5, she's not doing anything like that. But at the same time, all these people talk about how their childhood was so messed up because they didn't get a chance to be a child. So at this point in time, is she exploiting her child, or is she doing what's best for the child in the near future? Y'all let us know what y'all think. You got any partner shots over there, Shay?
No, that about wraps it up. That was everything I had to say about that, because I'm still giving her 2 minutes of fame. She's still getting famous by, look, we're doing podcasts about her. But yeah, hopefully she puts some Barbies in her hand and give her little tricycle and let her go out in the yard and scoot around and play with her dolls. Would love to see that.
She said she want to ride. What she was going to ride, we don't know. See? That's totally inappropriate, but
that is.
They're doing the mostest over there in their areas. But yeah, go ahead. You want to give it a part shot so we can end this and get on?
All right, and thank you so much for stopping by Luke-N-SHAE'S Place. I hope this video you enjoyed it. Go ahead, click that like button. And we want you to know here at Luke-N-SHAE'S Place that your mental health is important. A positive mentality is a destined reality. Wear your smile and stay blessed. Until next time.
Stay blessed, stay positive, and stay safe out here in these streets.